almost finished. I think I need to do a couple of things to soften it a little bit. But this is it. I've used the front cover and I've matted it in a brown cardstock to give it some depth. And I've added a word tag, and these are in your package. I haven't done anything with the spine, and that's what we have to talk about today. This was foam mounted. This is the back paper from the folio, and it's also mounted in the brown cardstock. I tried to find a cardstock that would really work well with the papers, and the brown was the best that I could find. So that's what I used. And now we'll go inside. These are the two P2 papers on the inside, but that's the same there. And we have the ephemera inside the pockets. Now, this one is the inside of the cover. And I've done a tuck spot by just adding one of the pockets across. And then these are the long ephemera for 9. And another word ticket there. And I added a die cut done with the same cardstock. So that's the inside of the cover. Let's look at the inside of the other cover. We've got same format, pockets, another pocket here, word ticket, and these are the word tickets are foam mounted to give height and interest, and some more green ones. And these, I think, are from either 4 or 5. Okay, now, I tossed up what to do with 6 and 7. These are the other one. And I've taken it, even though there's no image up here, I've just left the brown cardstock up to the top and all the way down here and around, and sliced in here. And I did another slice in the top in here. I used the long ones up the top and the smaller ones, and I have a word ticket right there. So that's... Okay, so we've done those two. We've done this one. Okay, let's move on. On the back of the cover, and this is the front of the cover, and this is would be the back of the cover. I tossed up about what I was going to do, and I wanted it to be totally different. So I took the two papers from number 4 and number 5 papers, and they were put on the back of the cover. It also closed up the tabs on the cardstock. Pockets on the middle for this one. This is one of the long ones, and this is one of the. This is just a regular one, and this is a die cut, and I've used the same as the ivory on the cover. It works well there because of the grey background. Okay, now, the same kind of image was done on the back, and this is the back of the cover, and I'm losing things. That's the problem if you don't glue them in, but then people want to pull them out for whatever reason. Okay, so we've got, this is the front cover image. This is the same as the one I just talked about, and I've just cut it down so it looks different. So I've just taken it to the edge of the image itself, and a word ticket right here, and this is one of the pockets. So it can be, you can add more to it if you want, but I think this is ideal. And it picks up the colours in the pockets here, and the same for one over here. Now we've done that one, and we're now down to the middle. And this was the first book that was done, and this is the spine of it, and this has to be addressed because it's just not good. In here we've got one of the envelopes, and the envelope had a little gift tag, so I've cut that out and I've put something on it. It could be actually glued onto the cover. That would be nice. And then it just gives it a bit of colour. And this is a die cut. Now, this was 12 wide, this particular book. This is the 4 and a bit. This is either an inch or 3/4. I had planned, this is an inch. I had planned to do 2 books at 3/4 spines because I wasn't sure at the beginning how much depth I needed in this. And you can see that with an inch you've got lots of space. But that's already done, so it doesn't really help. The word ticket here, and this is another one of the, excuse me, my puppy, who is 6 weeks old now, has a thing about cords, and she just pulled the one from my camera. Okay, so we've got our envelope in here, and just one of the ephemera in the bright colours, and this is the die cut. So that's one book. This is the other book, and I cut down paper 2 image, and this is an offcut from the main one, this one here. Inside here we have a little book. Whenever you have a book and its background is white, you can get away with not having to deal with mounting it or doing anything else because it looks as though it belongs there. So that's a little book, and that's from the paper number 15, and a die cut here. Okay, and then on the back we just have 2 ephemera that are blending in with the other colours here. Now, the covers, or the back cover and the front cover for the 2 little books, I used these beautiful tags, and nothing needed to be done. I did another die cut here, and then I just did a tie bow in the organza, beige organza. And that's it. That's the book that takes the papers from the, what is it? Okay, now we need to address the back spine and the middle spines right here, because they're naked as they are at the moment. Nothing needs to be done here, but I quite like this ribbon, and if we run it down the spine, tuck it in somehow, run it down that spine, up the other one, and then over to the main spine. You want to double this one here and then just tie a bow. And I think that would work. It would also soften the book because it needs a little bit of softening. You can see how these soften the page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do that. Now, you don't have to use ribbon. If you're very into jute twines, you can use this. Or you could do something like this. This is a little too dark. This would work. That would work quite nicely, but I think it's too yellow. Now, my last contender would be the mesh, and I think this would be very interesting. But I like the ribbon, so I'm going to do the ribbon. So, hi, it's Meg, and I'm back with my ribbon. This is the cover, and I quite like it. You can make the ribbon smaller, or the bow shorter, or whatever you like. I kind of like big bows. What I did was I wrapped it around the first spine, and I did 2 layers because the first was too pale, and it showed the glue through. And did the same thing on this one, and then took them around to the major spine, and then cut a piece of ribbon, threaded it through, and made the bow how I liked it. I think it softens the book nicely,